Steven from Southern Arboreals. So if you couldn't tell, the title of this video is Green Tree Python Localities. That's what we're going to be covering today on this video. First, I want to start off with thank you to everybody for the support. I'm actually over 100 subscribers now. Some people are like, oh, well, I got 5,400 subscribers, or I had 346, or whatever it is, you know, or I have over 1,000. 100 is a lot for me. I think that's pretty cool. I never expected it to reach over 100 subscribers. It's actually at 102, which is awesome. So the last person that subscribed, thank you very much. I can't remember the name. I'm sorry. So without further ado, because that's a popular saying, without further ado, let's get into this green tree python video on geographically, the island of New Guinea, Papua New Guinea, Papua New Guinea, Guinness beer. Oh no, it's not beer. The island of Papua New Guinea is separated into two different countries. So one half you have what is owned by Indonesia, which is Irian Jaya, and then you have Papua New Guinea on one side, which is pretty cool. So, mountain range that actually runs through the center of Papua New Guinea, that is called the Cyclops Mountains, I believe. If I'm wrong, go ahead and drop a comment in the below, and we'll get this done. We will get this done. You can correct me, because I want to make sure I'm giving out the right information. I did research, so hopefully my research is up to standards. First locality I'd like to go over is the Biak type green tree python. As you can see back there, that is my male Biak green tree python. One thing about this locality is that they are considered nasty. I do have a Biak green tree got a female green tree python that is a Biak type that is above me over in this section. She's a jerk all times of the day. She will strike at me in the daytime. She will strike me at nighttime. So that's how I know that she is very healthy. If she's striking at me, then I know nothing's wrong with her. That's just, I've owned her for about since 2012, and that was when I was in the Navy. So I bought her. She's traveled with me while I was in the Navy. Let's get back to the point. I've had this female green tree python a long time, but Biak type green tree python. So basically, those are from an island called Biak. They also have Biak green tree pythons on the island of Japin or Yapin, something like that. It's the island right below Biak. Another thing is that this locality is geographically isolated. So it isn't like a real trait, a locality of green tree python. One thing about the Biaks is that their color change is very drawn out. I think adults, they get probably green till about they're 5 years old. And this is on the Biak Island, I believe, that the yellow phase is in those green tree pythons. So you'll have a really long, drawn-out phase from yellow to green. Also, one thing, I think that the green tree pythons from Japin, I actually have it written down here, so I'm going to look. Let's see, Yapin Islands right below Biak. Those ones are known to have some white spotting on them, and they also have yellow facial features. So like a sunspot on the nose. If you notice in a younger juvenile Biak green tree python, they have a yellow spot on their nose, like here's their two nostrils, my two big old freaking eyeballs right here. Then they got like a thing like a sunspot right there. That's another sign I have that sunspot on their nose, and I believe that's possibly the lineage of the female Biak that I have. When I got her though, I got her from Triple O Reptile, probably, you know, back in 2012 when I first got her. She was a young female, but she looked exactly like an Aru. She had the Aru coloring on the bottom of her belly, like with the yellow, the blue, white speckling. And then as she got older, she started to turn into a solid green. but she kept some of the white speckles, but she lost those Aru looking traits. So I don't know if she's an Aru outcross with a Biak from the Yapin type thing. It might be a trilogy or a trifecta of things going on there. So that's pretty much everything you need to know about the Biak green tree python. Next locality I'd like to talk about is the Aru green tree python. These Aru green tree pythons are actually also geographically isolated on the island of Aru, green tree pythons. And another thing is on Aru and the Biak Island, these green tree pythons are the biggest of the localities. So maybe because of that geographic isolation, it has caused them to be bigger. That's just their genetics. So I know Arus, I have a big boy, he's an Aru, I gotta pick my nose, because it itches, you know. So basically, on the island of Aru, they're isolated, they're big. Things to see about their coloration are they do turn green. They also have white speckling that goes down the dorsal. This isn't a solid line of white speckles or like a white chain, but this is like white speckling that goes down the dorsal. Another thing is the yellow and the blue and the white speckling that I was talking about on the laterals and on the belly as well. One thing with the green tree pythons is on the laterals you can have things like a high white or like going all, from the laterals to the dorsal, you have like high white Arus. You can have high blue Arus. I have a high blue Aru female. I'm saying a lot. So just remember that green tree pythons are awesome, okay? Arus are awesome. So don't you give up on Arus because they're the future of America, alright? Another locality that I'd like to talk about is the sarong type green tree pythons. So for sarong, it's kind of a mixture of stuff. It's mainland sarong. It's connected to the mainland of Irian Jaya. Basically, with the sarong type green tree pythons, you'll have a lot of blue down the dorsal, a lot of blue facial features like stripes. Stripes are a very common one on the sarong type green tree python. Another thing is that this type or locality is mixed with a lot of other mainland localities. I had to look down at my notes right there because I have some notes. Because I'm not perfect, so I have some notes to stand by. Right here I have notes. Okay, but I'm going to go off of that. So a good example of that is that the sarong type is the Irian Jaya. Same thing, Irian Jaya, they have the blue dorsal stripe that goes down. They have the saddles, or maybe they call them triangles, but I call them saddles on the sides. So this is like the green tree python's back, right? You have the blue dorsal that goes down, and there's like little saddles of blue. So it'll start up here. Saddle of blue, saddle of blue, saddle of blue. So it's like that. There are many types of this mainland type locality. So I had to write them down because it's a lot of them. But I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to tell you. I'm going to freaking tell you these localities right now. Like Wamina. And if I pronounce them wrong, drop a comment in the below. Alright? Drop a comment in the below. Smash the like button. Leary, Karubaga, Nibiri, Cyclops, and a Bokuwandi. That sounds very African, even though Africa is on the other side of the Indian Ocean. Yeah. So that will explain some of the sarong types. Hopefully I explained that right. There's a lot of research. There are so many things to know about green tree python, it's ridiculous. Just on localities alone, you can make hundreds of videos on green tree pythons. Another locality or race that I would like to talk about is Cape York green tree python. This is the final piece to the video. Basically, on the Cape, with the Cape York type green tree pythons. With them, they're the ones that have the solid white chain that go down the dorsal. You don't see a lot of these in the green tree python hobby, most likely because Australia has very strict exporting laws. You do have bearded dragons and, blue-tongued skinks and stuff from Australia, but that's not the point. But just an example that it's hard to get a lot of stuff out of Australia now. So that would be a reason why we don't see a lot of these York Peninsula type green tree pythons. But hopefully that helps you out on the green tree python localities or races. Like I said, if you have any questions, go ahead and drop a comment down below. You can correct me because I need to learn things too, and nobody's perfect. And if you're perfect, then you're wrong. You're wrong, bro. You are not perfect, but green tree pythons are. So, go ahead and stay cool, and stay in school, and just rock and roll till you can't rock and roll no more. Southern Arboreals, out.